Following program on KROC is sponsored and paid for by Meshbesher and Spence.
And Aldo Twinkle Lips Drunkman comes.
What?
What kind of a cowboy
That
name
is a terrible cowboy name. Aldo Twinkle Lips?
You don't look like a cowboy in that photo that they put up here. Andrew Davick from Meshbesher and Spence joins us.
Twinkle Lips is my lawyer.
Twinkle Lips.
I don't know if that's going to...
I've heard my wife call me that before.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
Oh,
Too
my.
much information.
We are going to be talking about, what are we talking about? Boats, ATVs,
Insurance,
coverage?
umbrellas. Okay. Not rain umbrellas.
Not rain umbrellas, but umbrella coverage.
Absolutely.
All
Jet
right.
skis.
Jet skis.
That's
I own a jet ski. That's a dangerous proposition.
Wildly popular.
Yes. Very fun.
Of course.
I bet they are.
I enjoy it.
It's tough to go fishing on them, though.
It is. It is. That's a good idea, though, for this summer. I have to try that.
So what do you want to... Why are boats and umbrella coverage important for us?
Well, I think, one of the things, obviously, we're in that season. The fishing opener was, last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And, folks are out buying new fun toys for the summer, whether it's a boat, ATV, jet skis, whatever it may be, and making sure you have proper coverage. Typically all of those recreational type vehicles are going to have their own policy of insurance. So, for example, we own a jet ski, and we insure that through Progressive, I believe, although my wife handles it. So I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's through Progressive. So we have that, insured separately. But I think one of the important things that people have to keep in mind is you do insure those separately, but it's also really important to make sure you have them covered under your umbrella policy because...
Explain the umbrella policy.
So the umbrella policy is kind of a general liability policy that's going to protect you and your family. God forbid something happens, whether or not, you've got somebody on the jet ski with you and you're not operating it properly, or you're driving a boat and you do something silly or stupid and cause injury to someone else. That policy is going to protect you down the road if some tragic event like that were to happen.
Is that covered under a homeowner's policy, or is this a different umbrella policy?
It's different. So, typically people are going to have, let's say you own a home, you've got your homeowner's policy, and then you've got an automobile, and you've got your auto policy, and then if you own a boat, you're going to have a policy that's going to cover your boat. And then you can get an umbrella policy that's going to bring everything underneath that umbrella, so to speak, and protect you. And it's going to be an additional coverage. And one of the things that people don't understand is how inexpensive typically umbrella policies really are. It's that additional coverage. But, you may pay only a few more $100 a year to have that additional protection and coverage that helps you. God forbid something happens, and especially on an ATV or a boat or a jet ski. If bad things happen, it's sort of like being on a motorcycle. Something bad happens, there's probably going to be pretty significant injuries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't... I guess you just don't... I've never had an ATV. I've never had a boat.
You need a jet ski.
I need a jet ski.
I think I've got one. Would you like to buy it?
Oh, jeez.
I got to check with my insurance company first. But you say, so the umbrella policy is relatively cheap. How about general policies for boat? What are the recommendations?
I think you're going to want to have...
depending on the boat.
You can have... As long as you have the umbrella policy, each insurance company is going to be a little bit different. They're going to require you to carry a certain level of coverage just on the recreational vehicle itself. And then the umbrella policy is going to provide, let's say $1 million or $2 million in excess coverage. So the key is going to be, if you have that, just make sure you have the umbrella, and that's going to make sure that you have plenty of coverage regardless of, how much how much you have on the individual vehicle or recreational vehicle.
Is it required we have insurance on a boat like we do on a car?
That's a good question. I believe it is. I actually don't know the answer to that. I may have to come back next Thursday with a concrete answer, but I do believe it is.
We'll hold a spot for you.
Well, okay, yeah. Right around 9:50.
Yeah.
We'd be sad if we didn't see you.
Right. Well, maybe Zach will be here, but I do believe it is required. I don't know the statute which says it is.
Certainly recommended.
Absolutely.
Especially if you do a lot of boating, if it's a speedboat or...
Absolutely. You got people who are,
got a little rowboat.
Yeah, maybe not as important.
$100 boat or something like that.
Right. It's got to be licensed, so...
Yeah, you do have to have that.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody has any questions, concerns regarding their boats, their ATVs, or any other legal issues they want to ask you about, how do they get in touch?
Or if they want to buy your jet ski.
Or if they want to buy my jet ski, right. 507-280-8090 or www.meshbesher.com.
Okay. You selling it because you want to, or the wife wants you to?
No, I actually wouldn't want to sell it, but but depending on the price,
Well,
That's right.
I do negotiate for a living, so
Okay.
That's why they call them
point.
twinkle lips, people.
Andrew Davick from Meshbesher and Spence.